Welcome back to Health and Honesty Kitchen. Today is Tuesday. Do you know what that means? Quesadillas! Yes, we used to do tacos, but we don't anymore because we don't do corn and gluten. We're focusing on healing the gut. So we have a gut healthy recipe for you to follow with us today so that you can implement it in your home. Now today's recipe, we're going to be making pretty much everything from scratch. So it's a bigger job than my previous recipes. So I'm going to need some help. And here to help today is my biggest boy, my eldest son, Clark. Come on in.
Hey everybody, these are the tools we'll need.
We're going to start off with our two outside pans, one for reheating our beans or heating them up. They are refried beans. So heating them up for the first time at home. And then we need a covered pot for the rice. We need two skillets, one for the meat mixture, the beef, you can use chicken or turkey.
And the second one is for the tortilla outsides.
The frying up of the quesadillas. Just so you guys know, if you see something here that we're using, I mean this is what we have, but if you see something that you don't have that's necessary for this and other recipes, we are always going to watch out for you and put it in the description below, and there's specific links to the products to help you out. All right, two other utensils we're gonna need is our wooden spoon to mix up our taco mixture and
a spatula to flip our quesadillas.
Good job, high five. For our measuring utensils, we're gonna need a tablespoon, measuring spoon, 1 teaspoon, and then a half a tablespoon. And
a 1 cup for the rice and a measuring cup for the water.
And we're gonna need 2 cups of water for your 1 cup of rice. Now my favorite cooking utensil is a garlic press. And I used to spend so much time mincing, it takes forever long, and then you have to make sure you mince it fine enough. This, you just put in and crush, and it gives you so much more flavor in your dish. I use this all the time, so I highly suggest one if you don't have one. Otherwise, you can mince with a knife. Now that brings me to my next 2 cooking utensils, and that is the knife to cut the onion into slices before I put it into my mincer. And then when we're done mincing our vegetables, which you can add in peppers, I'm just doing onions today, we can take that off and put that one on and use it to
grate cheese, which is my favorite part. I probably stick my hands in there sometimes and eat it.
All the time. Have you wanted to make tacos and found that you don't have any of those taco seasoning packets that you rely on? Well, I did that way too many times, so I figured out a way to have seasoning that's on hand at home to make my own taco mix. So to do that, you are going to need 1 pound of meat. Today we're going to use beef, but you can use other options like chicken or turkey. It tastes just as good. I'm going to caramelize my onions first before I add in my beef.
The garlic.
4 medium cloves of garlic. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, a half of a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I have a can of green chilies, and this is 4 ounces. And then I have my mixture that I told you about, and that is going to be 1 full tablespoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and then we have about, I'd say, 2 teaspoons of freshly ground salt and a half a teaspoon of freshly ground pepper. Now, please take note that all of the ingredients we have here at Health and Honesty Kitchen are here to help you improve your gut health. So we do grass-fed meats and we do organic ingredients. And we do organic because we don't want any traces of glyphosate on our vegetables or in any of the products we use, because it has been shown to alter your microbiome, which is all the bacteria in your gut. We don't want to kill off the good bacteria, and we definitely don't want to increase the bad bacteria. So we need to watch out for for exactly what is in our ingredients and what we are cooking with. Finally, the last 4 ingredients. We are going to focus on our quesadilla stuffers. So I've already prepared the rice. I use 1 cup of rice for 2 cups of water, and that's gonna be a lot of rice. You'll probably end up with some, but I like to mix the extra meat in with the rice, and it's a great leftover snack or lunch for the next day. We use refried beans and cheese. Now, not all of us in this house can have cheese, specifically myself, Clark here, who has a dairy allergy, and Calum, my son with ASD, who we are really honing in on that gut health, so we're taking out all casein out of his diet. So these quesadillas are just as good without the cheese as they are with. And that leads us to the brown rice tortillas. They look like this, but when you buy them, they are more solid. Look in the frozen section for brown rice tortillas. All right, your first step is going to be heating 1 tablespoon of oil in the skillet for your taco meat. And we're gonna focus on good, clean oils, not trans-saturated fats. We're gonna think about the saturated fat. You can use ghee, or you can use coconut oil, although you cannot fry too high on those, or you can use avocado oil, which is what I use here. So we're gonna heat that on medium-high for a few minutes until it gets good and hot, and then we're gonna add in our minced onion and stir occasionally until it gets translucent. Next up, we are gonna add the beef. We're gonna let this cook with the onion to get that flavor and brown really nicely. That's gonna take about 5 to 8 minutes. Next, we are going to add all of the rest of the ingredients. So that's gonna be the chili, the green chilies, the chili powder, the tomato paste, the ketchup, apple cider vinegar, and then we're gonna mix all of that for a minute, and then we're gonna turn off the heat. This is the magic time where we're gonna add the garlic. The garlic needs to go in last, because if we overcook garlic, it's going to give a really potent flavor that we don't want for our dish. It will overpower it. Also, we're leaving a lot of the really good stuff in that garlic intact and not cooking it out. And we're gonna set aside because now our mixture is done. Next, we're gonna take our large skillet and we're gonna heat a 1/4 cup of we're gonna heat a 1/4 cup of avocado oil, or whatever oil you are using. And we're gonna let this get really hot. It should be enough to cover the whole bottom of the pan. And then we're gonna add in our brown rice tortilla. So we're going to let it sit on that first side just for about 10 seconds. You should be hearing bubbling sounds to get it nice and soft. And then we're gonna flip that over, add in our taco mixture, our refried beans that we've heated up, our rice that we've already cooked, and cheese. Then we're gonna fold it over on top and let that sit for a minute or 2 until it gets nice and brown on the bottom. Then we're gonna flip that over and cook for another minute. Now, the more tortillas, the more quesadillas you cook, the hotter the oil is going to get. So we're gonna be sure to keep turning that temperature down from medium-high to about medium, and then keep going down if your quesadillas are cooking too fast. Just keep an eye on that. So after both sides are nice and browned, you take off and plate, and you repeat. And that is it. It's nice and crispy on the outside and warm and gooey on the inside. You are going to love it, I know. Now, these quesadillas come hot off the skillet one after another. So if you have a large family like mine, you can always stick it on a pan and put it on a very low temperature, about 200, to keep warm until everyone eats together, if that's your preference. But this time we can't wait. So I'm gonna let Clark go ahead and eat it because I've been taking bites off screen. Go ahead and try it. Let them know what you think.
So good. Hey everybody, it's the question of the day, and today we're gonna do a poll. For this poll, we're gonna do, would you rather have salsa or guacamole with these delicious quesadillas?
There is one last warning to be aware of, and that is these tacos can get messy. Look at this face. So I hope you enjoyed these quesadillas as much as she did. And if you did, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you for watching Health and Aussie Kitchen, and join us next time for another gut healthy recipe.